Today we're going to predict the next top and the next bottom of Bitcoin using mathematics. It's going to be great. We're going to stare into our crypto ball and we're going to find out exactly when and at what price, what valuation it's going to bottom and what price and what date it's going to top in the next cycle. Let's have a look. The thing that got me thinking about this was the fact that obviously you can see there were diminishing drops and diminishing highs no matter where you measure from each cycle, right? So, 86 and then from the top to the bottom of the first kind of cycle, 86, and then that was 1600% from the top to the top. And if we take that same measurement from the next top, then we look at 83 and you go up to the top and it's only 247% increase. And then you do that from the next top and you can see, okay, it's in the 70s, and then you go up and it's only 83. So obviously there's a rate of change. And everywhere there's a rate of change, you can take the rate of change of the rate of change and then use that to predict, if that rate of change continues, what the next value is going to be. So that inspired me to add a new component to Cryptological.app, which is my application that I've made with over 80 at the moment. This is like 81, 83, 84 charts, components, tools, do all kinds of stuff. It's really good. Check it out. Cryptological.app. But here we go. This is the prediction. Boom. $52,000 on approximately 13th of October 2026. There's your bottom. Put it in your diaries now. Get ready for it. I'm joking. This is not financial advice. This is using previous stuff that happened to project it and see where it's predicted to happen if it carries on doing what it's been doing in the past. And the top, 237,125 on the 6th of September 2029. So there we go. We already know we can go home. We can just put that in our diaries. We can set our orders now on the exchange. Just leave it there and relax and forget about it, right? If you're wondering where the 37K number came from that I used in the thumbnail, I completely forgot to film the bit that I made the thumbnail about in the first place. So I'm filming that now. This is why I'm going to explain it. If we predict what the valuation of Bitcoin will be, if it gets back down to the 0.3 ROI level 1 year on from the high, which it has done every previous cycle, then what's the value going to be? We can look forward and work that out. So if we set the date that we want to predict to 7th of October 2026, 1 year on from the high, we're predicting the ROI. So we put in the ROI that we want to reach, and then we calculate and we see that gives us 0.26 risk and an ROI 0.3 and a valuation of $37,430. Don't shoot the messenger. That's just what this indicator is saying. But also, this doesn't take into account necessarily diminishing returns, which is why I built this other component. Back to the main video. Let's go a bit deeper. To one standard deviation, 35K to 77K, theoretically. Obviously, we know it's gone down to lower than that in the 50s currently. But that's a theoretical one standard deviation, 35 to 77. And the top, one standard deviation, 163 to 345K. And that's the date, the dates are between the 20th of September, 19th of September to the 6th of November for the bottom, and the 5th of August to the 8th of October to the top. So this is our one standard deviation window, because obviously you try and make a prediction like this, there's no chance you're going to be bang on the perfect day, the perfect value. But within one standard deviation is reasonable based on Bitcoin just doing what it's always done in its history so far. It's a reasonable assertion, prediction, presumption. We're staring into our crypto ball and we're trying to predict the future here. It's fun. But yeah, this is the component. This is the chart. You can see it's marked out the tops and the bottoms, and then the predicted sort of move, which is going to look like something like, if I can play join the dots up here and do a bit of a crappy drawing on TradingView. We're about here, you could see a rally, maybe up, test the high, and then come back down, and then, start form double bottom. Don't go lower, idiot. Okay, forget that happened. And then, double bottom, and then start going up, and a couple of pullbacks, and then, up again, and then Maybe not a blow off top, maybe another kind of, like wet fart of a top, perhaps. But that's what it will kind of look like if it comes to pass. And it doesn't look out of place on this chart. If that were to happen, you could just be like, yeah, I mean, that works. I can believe it. It's believable. This is just fun and games, There's so many more charts and tools on Cryptological if you want to use this. We've also got this market overview section. It's got the countdown timer. We're counting down to the traditional bottom of the market based on previous Bitcoin activity, which is the 11th of October, which biases the length of the last two cycles, which is 370, tops to bottoms, that is. If you take all of them, it's about 380, not including the first really early action in Bitcoin where there was very low liquidity and it was really even more volatile than it is now, and it's still one of the most volatile assets that investors go for. But yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about today, just a short one. We know exactly when Bitcoin's going to bottom and at what value and the price it's going to reach and at what date. So that's it. It's a mystery over. I'm going to come back here and actually watch this in the future and see how close it got to actually predicting it accurately. Also, the name of this is pretty cool. It's Recursive Apex Decay, because obviously, the recursive apexes of the tops and the bottoms when you pivot, and decay because it's decreasing in value and volatility as time goes on. And also, it's got the acronym RAD, which is rad. It's rad, man. Anyway, yeah, I mean, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out Cryptological.app, so many things on there. It's free to access at the moment. Just sign up with an email. All the premium features that were behind the paywall are going to be free for the next 94 days, which is when the predicted bottom is, or until I can't afford to host the app for free anymore and I have to start charging for it, or me and my family are going to go bankrupt. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about today. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.